Welcome to this exciting adventure, starting with Big Trouble. The hole is as deep as a black hole, ropes from the whole town wouldn't suffice. How did the professor descend? As everyone puzzled, Duck Brother jumped into a small hole. The big guy spun anxiously in circles and found the real entrance. He scaled the steep cliff-like climbers amidst frequent earthquakes. Just as the path flattened, a huge rock tumbled down like a bad actor. That scared the socks off them, and they ran for their lives, barely avoiding being squished as they jumped down the steps, and now they planned to sit. Little did they know, while they were resting, a pair of eyes were watching them. Duck Brother was sneezing away while his servant was busy making a fake landmark. With this, they could reach Earth's core first. The next day, the team was misled by fake landmarks, while Duck Brother sought the right path. However, pulled back by Gold's sister, they soon felt something amiss and found themselves in a dazzling crystal world. Not only beautiful gems but also natural hot springs abound here. The team quickly refreshed while Little White geared up. Duck Brother accidentally slipped into an underground cave, jumped down to retrieve, only to find a maze-like layout, and took the wrong exit back. Meanwhile, the professor decided to chip off a piece of crystal as a keepsake, but water gushed out from the crack, instantly turning the cave into a flood. To avoid drowning, they clung to the central pillar when Gold's sister's pipe broke. Luckily, the professor grabbed it swiftly. Then, they found they could escape through the broken hole. After terror, they noticed one was missing. At that moment, Little White reached a perilous place. The middle suddenly broke, revealing strange colors below a magical light pool. Little White pressed on, but grew hotter ahead, nearly roasting him. He was about to rest. He fell into a rock cave, tumbled to the next level, landed, but down he went again when lifting his foot. Poor Little White was unlucky, but landed on rocks to cushion his fall. Soon, a fierce beast forced him to be a servant. Apparently, the former servant died of heatstroke. Little White refused and offended Sing Bao, who instantly aimed a gun at him. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed, while a few minutes earlier the professor's team arrived at the perilous spot, discovering the cracked surface. Everyone thought Little White fell into the magic pool, but suddenly gunfire was heard. The professor used a detector to find its source. They quickly found Little White, who was just knocked out from fright. Before he could even point out the culprit, the beast appeared. The beast with a gun threatened them to leave his turf. The professor stood firm, hurling smoke powder in his face. To handle such a threat, extreme measures were needed. Yet, no one dared kill him despite his crimes, so they took him along. As they ventured further in, the temperature dropped, but all the lights went out on them like they were on strike. Smoke had corroded their way. In this underworld hundreds of kilometers down, no light meant certain doom. Just as they pondered, the beast spotted some glowing fruit. Sure enough, after lights off, the area lit up like day. No more worse. They sped up, but after 250 days, still found no Earth's core secrets. Stomachs growled. Suddenly, Little White saw mushrooms on the ground. He tried to bite it was tastier than meat. Bigger surprises followed. Ahead lay a forest of mushrooms. Everyone excitedly twirled around them, grinning from ear to ear. Finally, they didn't need to worry about food anymore. But everyone was oblivious to the terrifying eye peering from behind the mushrooms. Gold's sister made a tasty mushroom soup. After eating, while strolling, the professor spotted a vast nearby ocean. The beast explained, a prehistoric quake may have sent ocean water underground, forming the sea. As they planned to cross the ocean, a huge lizard appeared, eyeing them as dinner, making them flee. Unable to escape, they quickly fashioned a raft out of mushroom stalks, but in the process, Gold's sister tripped on the rope, and the lizard suddenly lunged. At the critical moment, the big guy used his hair to fend it off. Immediately after, other lizards rushed in, competing for the fallen comrade, allowing the group to quickly pull their raft into the sea and escape. So soon after, the raft's metal gear vanished instantly, even the professor's ring. He reacted quickly. This is where the poles meet Earth's center. Hardly had he spoken when the raft hit a whirlpool. They clung desperately to the rope, praying to God. Thankfully, they were washed ashore. The big guy asked the professor what to do next. Exhausted and uneasy, they decided to rest first and discuss later. But when the big guy finally woke up, Duck Brother had vanished. Panicking, he searched and found bloodstained duck feathers, heart racing. Asking the beast, he learned it made Duck Brother into lunch. The big guy was furious, about to fight. They struggled to separate them, yet the brute didn't repent and fell. Finally getting a taste of his own medicine, the four led them to discover a new world, the legendary Atlantis. Little White discovered a loaf of bread on the table, ecstatic to break it apart, only to find it was an ancient fossil, shining like a lamp. Then they found a huge altar, entirely made of asbestos, stunning everyone with mouths agape as if biting a lemon. Little White turned and saw Dr. Asau's body. He was here too. They found a huge air vent where he pointed. The professor deduced from the vent's airflow it led to the surface, but a huge rock blocked the way. Luckily, hope remained. He found gunpowder in the professor's pocket, tried blowing up the rock. He hid others behind the altar to light the fuse. On the return, a monster grabbed the professor's leg with its tongue. The big guy rushed in at the critical moment. A strong hit repelled the monster. An explosion followed, blowing the rock apart. It also triggered an earthquake, and hot lava gushed out of the crevices as powerful currents lifted the altar into the air.